Hey, we're back with Congressman Scott Garrett and Congressman Joe Sestak, and we're talking about a major overhaul of financial regulations. It's called a white paper. Timothy Geithner goes to Capitol Hill on Thursday to defend his new system to crack down on Wall Streeters and the financial industry. All right, I know that you're against this, Congressman Garrett, but you also agree that Wall Street was out of control for a while, got us all in a lot of trouble, and that term too big to fail has really got Americans crazy. How do we stop that, bailing out companies because we have no choice?
Right. Well, the problem was on a lot of different fronts. Part of it was in Wall Street, and a lot of it was actually caused by Washington, D.C. as well. So the Republicans rolled out a huge plan last Thursday, and we hit each and every one of those points to make sure that we have transparency and oversight on Wall Street, but also be looking to see exactly what Washington is doing, because they were part of probably the biggest aspect of a systemic risk out there as well. So they need to be reined in just as much as these other agencies, our businesses do as well.
And Joe, that plan was out last week. I don't know how well you have taken a look at the Republican side, but on this side, the Fed oversees it. We don't really know what the Fed does anyway. We don't know what's going to happen. We can't pull that curtain back. How's that going to work with the other oversight committees?
What they need to do is separate the monetary responsibility the Fed presently has from this new oversight supervisory responsibility, have a firewall between the two. But over that, what the administration is proposing is a council of regulators composed of the different regulatory, we believe, agencies like FDIC, SEC, Commodity Future Trade Commission, and they will have the overall supervisory responsibility. And when they see an institution that needs to be brought within the Fed oversight, they will recommend it. It's simply a referee on the football field. More transparency, because heaven forbid, you know, back when Chairwoman Brodsky recommended in 1998 to require that these non-bank institutions kept reserves back in case something untoward happened like AIG, she was pushed aside by both Democrats and Republicans. Scott's right. Washington is a significant part of having caused this problem.
Are you worried about crushing, Congressman, are you worried about crushing the entrepreneurial spirit, the imagination that really fuels this economy?
Absolutely not. All we're asking for is to report $67 trillion of derivatives, and they didn't have any reporting requirements. And you know, you require us in the federal government to at least put out a budget and where we're spending it. It's merely a reporting requirement so that if one institution can have a systemic problem and cause this recession, because look, not doing it, look where it got us. $1 trillion less loss in GDP already.
Joe? How scary is that proposal? How scary is that proposal that you're suggesting there, that the federal government is going to do what the president has already done? You know, he's stepped in where we've never seen in the 200-year history and decided, well, I'm going to decide who's going to run GM, and I'm going to decide who's going to run some of these banks. And now you're suggesting that the Federal Reserve or some other council is going to step in and say, you know, I don't like the way your business is as a risk. We're going to come in and maybe close it down, or maybe use taxpayer dollars to bail it out. I think that's pretty scary on the one hand. And on the other hand, to say that the Federal Reserve should expand in authority, I wonder, Joe, can you even name, who are the members who make up the Federal Reserve right now as we sit here, and why should we be giving them any more power when we consider that they helped bring us to all the problems that we have here today?
Hot debate. Congressman Garrett, Congressman Sestak, two great guys to discuss it. Thanks so much.
Great.
Thanks for having us.
Hey, meanwhile, straight ahead, we have like